This MSC Meraviglia vlog series is sponsored by Cruise Control Transportation, providing all of your transportation needs from Orlando Airport to Port Canaveral. Check the description box for more information. All right, good morning, y'all. It is day 6 on board MSC Meraviglia. I'm Raquel from MHFamilyAdventures, and we got part of the MH crew back there. Today we are in Cozumel, Mexico, but our plans might change a little bit. Jo Marie developed a rash. Yesterday we went cave tubing in Belize. She kind of has sensitive skin, but she developed a rash. I'm gonna show you her rash. We're gonna take her to the medical center this morning. You can see her arms.
It's on my feet too.
Yeah, and on her feet. So I think it just needs like a topical ointment of some sort, but don't feel comfortable going to the beach in Cozumel today until we figure out what this is. She developed this once before, so but we do have insurance, so I'm going to share with you how it works when you go to the medical center. If you have insurance, I do believe you pay out of pocket and then you get reimbursed through your insurance, but we're going to go and see if we can get some ointment or something for her. And if not, we are in Cozumel. They do have pharmacies, so if they can at least give me an indication on what this might be, I'll get off the ship and get her some medicine from the pharmacy and then get back on board. So right now, before breakfast, we're going to go to the medical center because they just opened, and we'll let you guys know how that process works if you ever need to visit the medical center. And so to get to the medical center on MSC Meraviglia, you actually have to go to deck 6. The medical center is on deck 4, but you can't access that. I guess it's part of the crew quarters. So you have to go deck 6 all the way to the front of the ship near the theater, take those elevators down to deck 4, and you'll be right there at the medical center. All right, and the chocolate shop here has a cafe, but the coffee there, the hot chocolate and things there are not included in the beverage package. It might be included on the premium one, but if you have the Easy or the Easy Plus package, it is not included. You have to get your coffee from like a bar. They can make cappuccinos and frappes and things like that from the bar. All right, so this is some of the confusion that we're talking about with MSC. I think he said go up 1. Yeah, so we were just on the back of the ship to access the medical center, and we were told to go to the front of the ship. Now we went to the front of the ship. They told us to go back to the back of the ship because the front of the ship is the exit, not the entrance to the medical center. So I don't know, but there's a lot of miscommunication on board. All right, so we made it. Literally, we could have just cut through where we were, but the guy didn't want us to. Another guy allowed us to, but we're here. When you first arrive at the medical center, you'll get checked in at the desk. There, they'll get you registered. They never ask for your insurance information on board because you're going to pay the prices you see here. The $115 is during open hours, and then it's $180 outside of hours, and that's just to be seen by the doctor. Now, they do have all kinds of medication, ointments, different things here that you can get as part of your treatment, so those things are available on the ship. They'll have a nurse check out your vitals, which they did. They took very good care of Jo. And then they took her back to one of the rooms located there in the medical center. Once the doctor came in, he asked some questions to figure out where she had been, like what she had eaten, types of things. And he was able to determine again that she had some sort of allergic reaction, and so he recommended giving her an antihistamine as well as a steroid, which were both injections. Now those injections did cost additional. I believe they were about $40 total additional on top of the $115 that we had to pay. So we paid for those, and then they were able to go ahead and get her treatment. He also did prescribe an ointment to apply on her rash. So again, this is why having travel insurance is very important. If you ever have to visit the medical center, again, you will have to pay out of pocket initially, but you can submit for reimbursement so that you can get paid back whatever you paid on the ship, as long as your insurance, you qualify under your insurance. So just keep that in mind. You will pay out of pocket to potentially get reimbursed, and they will give you a bill at the very end of the visit that you can use for your insurance. But as you see here, they do have this set up very similar to a standard hospital that you would find in the States. So they have all the supplies and different things. Now, the one thing that I did not like about the medical center was that they were actually preparing items for another patient in the same room, as you'll see here in a second. So just be cautious if you're there to make sure that, you know, they don't mix things up and that, you know, you get whatever it is that they were trying to provide to you. All right, so we are all done. Yeah, it was a quick process, wasn't long. But again, we have travel insurance. So it was $115 just for the examination to figure out what was going on, and then the cost of medication. So they did give her an injectable antihistamine as well as a steroid. And then they gave us Clovate cream to put on the rash. They think it's just an allergic reaction to something she experienced yesterday.
Before exercise,
so yeah, so it wasn't a bad process, but you do have to pay out of pocket. So they just billed my ship's card, my credit card that I have on file. But if you have insurance, you can get that reimbursed. So the travel insurance that I tend to use is Alliance travel insurance, and they're very quick with processing things. So I'll just submit the receipt, and usually within a few days I'll get reimbursed. Now this was our first visit to the medical center. So out of the 30-something cruises that we've been on, sorry, they're doing a muster drill. Out of all the cruises I've been on, this is our first visit. So it's very rare. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so it's very rare, but it does happen, so be prepared just in case. But she'll be feeling better soon. They told her to avoid eggs and chicken and shellfish. They're doing a crew muster drill. But yeah, so that's the process. Quick and easy, but make sure you have insurance so you can get reimbursed, because the cost could be a lot more depending on the illness or what's going on. Also, your insurance will cover medical evacuation if needed. All right, we are off to breakfast. The boys got a head start. It is 10 o'clock now, so the boys, we told them to go ahead and eat. And as you see, the ship is pretty empty right now because everyone is off in Cozumel. So I might get off, just do a quick port tour for you guys. But Jo Marie's gonna have to rest. So our plans to go to Shankana Marine Park have changed. So we'll just make it a port day slash ship day. So one thing about the breakfast buffet, I said it before that I feel like they have quite a bit of options, but the options do not change out every day. So you have the same thing pretty much every single day. For me, that's not a problem because I can switch it up. But some people would like to see more variety, but I feel like the options they have are fine. They have fresh fruit, yogurt, made to order eggs, your typical breakfast meat. They have pastries. So it's not a huge variety where it changes every day, but I feel like there's enough that you can switch it up every day while you're on the cruise. So we're gonna have breakfast, and then we're gonna have Jo Marie lay down for a little bit while Ron works. I might actually get off the ship and go into Cozumel or go into the port area for just a little bit with the boys. So yeah, just stay tuned. And if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We are MHFamilyAdventures, and we like to share with you all of our cruise adventures, whether it's an adventure or whether it's actually going to the medical center. We want to make sure we bring you all of that content so you know what to expect when you cruise if these things happen to you. But we're going to enjoy our breakfast and coffee, and I'm probably going to get off the ship here in a little bit. All right, so I'm off in the port in Cozumel. As you see, we have a Royal Caribbean ship right beside us. That is, I believe, Allure of the Seas, one of the Oasis class ships. We will be on that. It's either later this year or early next year, but it's here in port with us. It is a beautiful day out. It's breezy, but it is a little warm, so be sure to pack your sunscreen if you're here in Cozumel. We're just going to take a quick walking tour of the port area. I'm not going to leave outside the gates. The boys wanted to stay on board. Jo Marie's resting, so we're just going to walk around the port and see what we see. And it looks like we have other ships in port. It looks like Carnival Pride followed us from yesterday, as well as Ruby Princess when we were in Belize. So they're in port. And yes, this is the Allure of the Seas, and of course our MSC Meraviglia. And there are actually two different spots where you can dock here in Cozumel. And I'm actually used to going to the one over here. So I'm not even sure if I've ever been on this side. So I'm glad I got off to explore a little bit. So yeah, there's two different spots you can dock. I know for sure Carnival does the other one. But yeah, so let's check it out. Hello. Hello, hello.
Cozumel.
Thank you. Actually, I take it back. I think our very first time in Cozumel, which was 2019, I do believe we were here because we took the glass bottom boat tour, which is leaving out right now. So I have been on this side, but it's been a few years. If you've never visited Cozumel, Cozumel is one of the ports that offers a lot of things there right in port for you to do. There's lots of shopping. As you see here, you can also purchase excursions once you arrive in port. But there's lots of shops and bars and restaurants and things right there in port. So you really can make a fun day right there without having to book an excursion or even leave the port area. But if you do have an excursion, as you see that numbered sign there, that's where you'll pick up for your excursion. But Margaritaville is one of the most popular bars there in Cozumel. You can go there for food, drinks, fun, music, entertainment. It's a lot of fun there in Margaritaville. But they also offer the duty-free shops here in Cozumel where you get things, alcohol, tobacco, things like that. You can get tax-free. So be sure to check out the duty-free shops here in Cozumel. They do offer quite a bit. But also keep in mind that if you do purchase alcohol, when you get back on the ship, you will have to turn it over until the end of the cruise, and then they will turn it to you because they want you to purchase the drink packages on board and not bring alcohol back on the ship to partake in. Another nice thing about Cozumel is that they do offer taxi service, and their taxi rates are regulated, meaning you're going to have a standard rate depending on wherever you go. They will have a chart outside for you that tells you the cost per passenger or for however many passengers to get you to popular destinations such as like Mr. Sancho's or one of the beach resorts or any of the touristy areas in Cozumel. So be sure to catch a taxi if you decide not to book an excursion. You just have to be sure to check in here. As you see, these guys are checking in with the taxi stand. She will get you a taxi and will be sure you get where you need to be. One thing that I like about Cozumel is that they do have these pharmacies here. I know some people don't prefer to get medicine over in a different country. However, they do have a pharmacy here where you don't need a prescription. So if you want to pick up different medications, you can do that here at Cozumel pretty cheap. Now here we are at Senor Frogs. Again, this is another popular option for those that just want to get off the ship and have a good time. Senor Frogs, again, they have entertainment, drinks, food, fun. It's right there, as you see, by the ship. So be sure to check out Senor Frogs when you're in Cozumel. Now, one thing that I absolutely loved about this particular pier, and I did not realize this was even here, is that you can actually swim and snorkel right here from the ship. So this right here is located right outside Senor Frogs. They have stairs that'll take you down. It is a little bit rocky, so be sure to wear your water shoes. But how awesome is that to be able to get off the ship, take a quick dip, and have your drinks, fun, and get back on the ship. So this is located right here in Cozumel. This is the second pier in Cozumel. Forgot, there's actually 3 ports. There's another ship all the way down there. I'm for sure we've never docked way down there, but we did do a shopping tour from that location. So there's another dock. You can notice the ship. Wait, it looks like maybe a Royal Caribbean ship all the way down that way. So So right now I'm sitting outside Tequila a Go-Go. Yeah, I've never been here, so I'm gonna try a drink. I asked the server what would he recommend, and he said the Don Mojito, which comes with Ron Enyo, I think, Malibu, Pina Fresca, some other things I can't say. But it sounds good, so I got that. And the cost of that for a large was 360 pesos, and they'll convert that over to US dollars for you. For 360 pesos. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this. And I didn't realize that they allow you to snorkel and swim right here. There's a lot of huge rocks, but you're able to actually snorkel and get in the water right here. I'm not sure if I would do that. Well, I might do it without the kids. And then there's a couple of resorts further down, like you have El Cid there. Now, we did visit El Cid when we were in Mexico. We were in Cancun, or Puerto Morelos, my sister and I, about 2 years ago, and we loved El Cid. So I might check out the El Cid day pass one time we're back. But they do offer all-you-can-eat drinks and things, and you can snorkel right from their shore as well. All right, he said a large tequila, but I didn't know it was gonna be this large. I guess I just need one, huh? That is good though. And something that I must get whenever I go to Mexico is the vanilla. So the vanilla, as you see there, you can get 3 of those big bottles for $20. You can't beat that, because in the States you're going to pay, you know, easily $30 for that bottle of vanilla. But these shops here in Cozumel, it's perfect to pick up souvenirs for your family, friends, or even your children. As you see, they're reasonably priced. You can pick up quite a few souvenirs right here in Cozumel, so be sure to check out these shops. Me personally, I love to purchase like the cheap bags that they have, like the tote bags and different things. Like these here are $2.99. They offer a wide variety. I did walk away with the $5 bag, so be sure to check out the shops there in Cozumel. If you do nothing else, get off the ship and shop. All right, got what I came for. Got another Cozumel bag, which was $4, and a large bottle of vanilla, which was $9. Now that amount that I paid for this vanilla, you'd probably easily pay $30, $40 in the States. So I always try to grab at least one bottle every time I'm in port. But now I'm gonna head back to the ship. It is getting kind of warm out. It is almost lunchtime, so I'm gonna join the family for lunch. Here's another view of Cozumel Port. This is from the buffet on MSC Meraviglia. But if you look over this way, that's where I was at Tequila Go-Go. Then you have Senor Frog's, that blue building. Then you have El Cid and some other resorts. Now these resorts offer day passes. Some of them you can just walk up to get the day pass. You can enjoy their beach area. You can do some snorkeling. But again, you can snorkel free in the port on your own. But these are a lot of different hotels or resort options that you can go to and get a day pass for. But look how pretty that water is. So, yes, I'm gonna have a cup with hazelnut and lemon, please. A cup, thank you. Can you grab it for her?
I am, as soon as you know.
So like last time. So like last time, my first time getting it. Here.
Watch your face, Julius. How was that?
I had it before.
It's good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had it on the first day of the cruise.
Yeah, you did. All right, we have some Fun Pass money left, so we're probably going to get signed up for bowling. If you aren't familiar with Fun Pass, be sure to check out our day 1 vlog. I kind of explained the breakdown of that. I think day 1, maybe day 2. Check out both of the vlogs. So we're going to try to get signed up for bowling before we get off the cruise to use some of that money up. But right now we're going to go to the arcade. Looks like they're not open yet.
Dyson's here.
So something else to note, if you have a child or teen playing in the Sportsplex, you actually have to sign up for the balls. And if they're not returned, they charge your room. And so Dyson's been asking, but it sounds like he has a group of friends whose parents just keep signing the balls out. But he asked me if I could sign. I guess it's his turn up, but that's different than other cruise lines. You have to actually sign out the balls in order to use them. And Dyson has spent most of his cruise here in the Sportsplex, so he really likes that. They haven't even gone on the water slides or anything, but they will later. I told them they're going to have to at least get on the water slides once. All right, you got his card?
Yeah, got his card.
All right. And something that I mentioned before about the Sportsplex is that when you get the Fun Pass, they only apply it to one card unless you get multiple passes. So like I did a $100 pass, Fun Pass, which gave us $140, but I couldn't split that between the boys' card, so it all had to go to Dyson's card, but they could share the card. So like we want to go in the arcade now, we want to use that money up, and I don't want to charge to my account, so we had to get his card to go here to the arcade. Alright guys, we are here in the port of Cozumel, and as you see right beside me, we have Allure of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean ship. So Allure of the Seas will start having 3 to 4 night sailings out of Port Canaveral starting here in November of 2023, and we're super excited to be already booked on Allure of the Seas. This will be our very first Oasis class ship. Now, if you're familiar with Port Canaveral, if you're flying into Orlando, you know you have to shuttle from Orlando to Port Canaveral. So I'd like to give a huge shout out and a thanks to our sponsor, Cruise Control Transportation, for providing us with transportation from Orlando Airport to the cruise terminals in Port Canaveral. And there are some competitors out there, there are some other options. However, for $25 per person, you can't beat that. $25 per person in a shared shuttle with no more than 10 passengers. Now, if you book through GoPort, one of the other competitors, or even the cruise line sponsored transportation, you're looking at being on a van or a bus with 60 to 80 passengers. And so if you book with Cruise Control, you kind of have your own private shared shuttle there with them. They also offer private transportation from select Cocoa Beach area hotels, getting you to Port Canaveral, as well as from Orlando area hotels, Orlando Airport area hotels. And if you mention code MHFam, you will get 10% off your next booking. So be sure to check out Cruise Control Transportation. I'll include their information in the description box, the link and the telephone number to reach out to them. And be sure you reserve in advance because they do book out. So you want to make sure that you reserve your shuttle to Port Canaveral in advance. All right, and we'd like to thank you, Cruise Control Transportation, for sponsoring this MSC Meraviglia vlog series. All right, so we are headed to dinner. We are going to Kaito Teppanyaki for hibachi tonight. This is part of the specialty dining package, but if you do reserve hibachi as part of the dining package, there is a $10 service charge or upcharge per person. That's not included. You have to pay for that when you check in. So yeah, that's where we're headed for dinner. So for the hibachi, they have 3 different levels you can order from. If you're coming in paying a la carte, you can choose whatever you want. But if you have the specialty dining package, it's the samurai, and it comes with like a soup, salad, like an appetizer of prawns, and then you get salmon, fried rice, vegetables, and then steak. And there's no swapping out anything from there. But you can add on more things. So, and that's $10 more per person. But if you're going to not eat, like Dyson's allergic to shrimp, he could get the lower package and not pay the extra fee. But we're gonna eat his shrimp. But and in this specialty dining, you can use your Easy Plus package or higher. All of the other specialty dining, they did not allow that. But here in hibachi, if you have the Easy Plus package or higher, you can order drinks from the hibachi bar. And also, if you have someone that has allergies, they'll keep telling you that they can't guarantee cross-contamination. Like Dyson is fine to have it cooked on the same surface as long as it's not like mixed in, and as long as he's not actually eating it, so he's fine with that. But if you have someone with a severe allergy, I would not recommend coming here because, of course, with any hibachi, it could be cross-contaminated. And like Jo Marie today, she can't have eggs and chicken because of her allergic reaction. So they're gonna make her rice separate, which is fine, but they said it's usually hard to prevent that. So if you have a severe allergic reaction, I would not recommend coming here for dinner. So y'all, the miso soup is a little bland, but the salad is good. Andrew doesn't want his. I like the dressing. And when it finishes,
I would rather have Caesar salad. Same for Andrew. We do not like whatever.
That's because they want as least little vegetables as possible. But this is good. I like that dressing.
I'm glad they make chopsticks like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use chopsticks.
You gotta break them. You gotta break them. free and tasty. So, there you are. What's your name?
Lawrence.
Say hi.
Hi.
Awesome service here in Teppanyaki. It's delicious. The food just keeps coming. So it's amazing. Definitely worth the specialty dining package. You liking it so far?
I'm happy that I don't get eggs.
Yeah, she can't have eggs right
I'm
now.
mad. I'm mad that I don't get eggs.
Mama don't know what is my job.
I want
She
eggs.
told me don't blame
Eggs.
food.
Eggs.
But it's not my food. It's your everything there is.
Alright, so Teppanyaki was really good. Highly recommend. It was more food than we expected, but it was really good. Great show, great entertainment. It's worth the specialty dining package plus the $10 upcharge per person. I'd pay that again. It was pretty good. So now we're here for a show tonight. I don't know the name of it. Let's see. It's just going to be Ron and I tonight. But the name of the show is called Journey. And I think it mentioned something about Motown, so that's what sparked my interest. So we'll see what this is all about. Again, I can't film it, but I'll try to capture some pictures to share. So yeah, so we'll see what this is all about. All right, so the show was a little different than I thought. It wasn't bad. The lady Lorraine Crosby, she sang with Meatloaf. She could sing. It was Motown though, and I don't know if she knew the difference between the Four Tops and the Temptations. But overall, she could sing. It was pretty good. I'm gonna grab something sweet and go to bed. I think tonight is white night, and I didn't realize that. Like I didn't realize it was formal night the other night. I did realize it was white night, but the white night party is not until like 10:30, and we'll be in bed. So we did not put on our all white, although we did pack it this time. So yeah, if you want to be festive, the white night is the biggest event they have on MSC. So they'll do all kinds of things throughout the night for the white night, and they'll have a party here on the promenade or on the deck. So unfortunately, I probably won't make it for that, but we'll see. But right now, I'm gonna get some gelato. Alright, so we are back in the cabin. It is 8:30. Jamboree's still not feeling 100%. Not in pain or anything, just a little itchy and a little tired. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Ron and I, the boys, have their midnight curfew. Again, it's white night, so I think they might participate. I told them to get some footage if they do participate. But I came back to the cabin and I had a note on the door, and I'm invited to a welcome back cocktail. So this says, you are cordially invited to join the captain for a welcome back cocktail tomorrow at 11 a.m. And it says, this private event is our way of thanking you for choosing MSC again, as well as an ideal venue for meeting other members who share your passion for discovering the world at sea. We look forward to welcoming you back. So that's kind of cool, but it seems kind of late to do this in the cruise. Like, we have one last sea day. Felt like maybe this should have happened maybe the second day, but you know. So I may go to that tomorrow. We'll check it out, but we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Tomorrow is a sea day. It'll be our 7th day on MSC Meraviglia, and overall, like I said, we're having a great time. If you missed our first few vlogs, be sure to check those out. But we're gonna call it a night. And again, we'd like to give a huge thank you to our vlog series sponsor, Cruise Control Transportation out of Orlando. Their information is located in the description box. Be sure to check out them for your transportation needs, leaving Orlando Airport, going to Port Canaveral, But on that note, we are off to bed, and we will see you tomorrow.